Zord Rider, Transformers reviews and toy related chat. Zord Rider, Zord Rider.
Hello everyone, it's me Zord Rider, and I thought I'd just do another catch-up video. This is more of a haul video. I have been picking up some stuff over the last month or so, but as I keep saying and I keep apologising about, due to work commitments, I really don't have time to do these videos as much as I'd like to. But I have been picking up some bits and dabs. Some of them I have already done a review on. Some of them were purchased, as I say, probably about a month ago. So I thought I'd just go through some of the things I've been buying and just let you know what I've been up to. So non-toy related as such, I have been picking up these Transformers versus Visionaries comics. I've read the first three. I've got the physical copy of issue 1, and I downloaded 2 and 3 to read on a recent flight I was taking to Scotland. I bought 4 and 5 before I read them, and now I've misplaced number 4, so I haven't been able to read number 5. But it's okay. It's not too bad. I'm liking Visionaries, but I'm not quite sure the redesigns, and there's some key characters missing. But it's alright, bit of fun, so I'm happy I've picked up that, and I will try and finish it as soon as I find bloody issue 4. God knows what I've done with it. Okay, so the other stuff I've been picking up there. Probably start with a thing that, this must have been bought probably about 5 weeks ago now. But I picked up Power of the Prime's Rodimus Prime. Quite a cool toy, very parts formery, quite chunky. I love this concept of the Prime figure taking the Matrix and then basically becoming a Prime, just like in the cartoons. It's quite cool, it's fun, it's not perfect, it's got fists on the front, it's a bit square, and yeah, it is parts for me, but you know what? This is probably the best Rodimus Prime mainline toy we've had, so yeah, and it's got some cool gimmicks in there, so it's a pretty good toy. And I only paid 35 quid for them as well, which weren't bad considering they were going for about 60 odd quid. I think they're meant to be. There you go. Right, what else have I been picking up? I've picked up... Let's go for these first. So, these two guys, these are the Cyberverse Optimus Prime and Jetfire. I picked them up just to see what they were like. They were £9 in the Entertainer, I think it was. And as soon as I got them home, my 2-year-old son basically stole them, and I haven't seen them since. Hence why Optimus looks like he's been in a car crash. But they are pretty cool. They're very simple toys. Don't take a lot of effort. As I say, my 2-year-old son actually has had a good job at transforming this, so fair play to him. But yeah, it's quite a cool thing. Easy to transform. Prime is much better than Jetfire. Jetfire is very flimsy, although you do get some guns with him. The best one I've seen is actually probably Prowl. Prowl looks really cool. He's got a really cool head sculpt. So yeah, the cool things for a collector. Probably not, but you know what? I bought them to see what they were like, and my son's getting a lot of joy out of them, so that's all good. Same time, I also picked up Shrapnel. The only Insecticon I was missing, I missed out on this guy in the Generations line, so I haven't got the Reflector kind of mini Connie type Target Master with him, but I don't really mind. I didn't actually realise he was a Chop Shop. Well, Chop Shop from Combiner Wars was a retool of this. I didn't actually realise until I picked this up, and it seemed a bit familiar. But he's a cool toy. I quite like him. So yeah, there you go. Finally got my set of 3 Insecticons. So next up, and I have done a review on one of these guys, is the Prime Masters from Wave 2. I got these from Forbidden Planet in Birmingham. This is the Submarauder, and I forget his name now. His actual real name in the Power of the Primes, but it's basically Submarauder. And this is Alpha Trion, or I think it was Landmine, wasn't it? The original guy, the original Pretender. Again, I like these things. Quite cool, quite cheap. It's good to see him at $5.99 and not $7.99, as I've seen him in some place. I think $5.99 for him is bang on the money. They are cool, quite fun. Don't do a lot, but I'm looking forward to Bludgeon. It's just a shame he's going to be so small. I would have loved like a deluxe or even a Voyager size Bludgeon, but never mind. I mean, these are pretty cool, and it'd be nice to have a G1-esque looking Bludgeon in the collection, so that'll be quite good. Okay, and that brings me up to this week. I've been looking for loads of stuff on eBay, and I just haven't found anything, to be honest. As I say, I picked up these from shops mainly, not ordering online. And then this week I managed to pick up a few bits. Well, I managed to get one thing online, and it's one thing that I never thought I'd actually own. And it was part of one of these Titans Return box sets that were out in America. I forget what they're called. I knew I probably wouldn't get hold of one of these box sets. Didn't want to pay the price they were going for, but there's a couple of figures in there I really liked. And this was one of them, and I saw him on eBay, and I managed to get him for £27 postage, which is a little bit more than what a Voyager is in the UK, but you know what, I'm still happy. I picked up Tidal Wave. So this is the Broadside / Alpha Trion mould. Transforms exactly the same as Broadside, the same mould, the same issues with transformation, shall we say, especially in the jet mode. It's got a beautiful head sculpt there. That is so Tidal Wave. I don't remember this colour scheme on him though. I mean, I remember a bit of purple and a bit of green in Armada, and then I think he had that like lightning colour, didn't he, in Energon? But nevertheless, I mean, I'm happy I've picked up this guy. I haven't really had a play with him. He did come with his jets, but unfortunately one of them was missing, but I'm not too bothered about that. It's nice to actually get hold of one of these slightly rarer Titans Return figures, because, you know what, I really love that line. I think that was probably my favourite line of toys since G1. And I'm really, really happy to have him. So I've done previous videos before, and I spoke about the bargains I found on Spock. And I saw an item on there, and it's one of the figures where I was thinking of getting him for a while now, but he was a little bit pricey. I don't really collect this line of figures, but as I say, I like the look of him. And I saw one on Spock for 40 quid. I managed to negotiate it down to 35 and went to pick him up. Now, I have to say the toy itself is awesome, but I'll tell you some of the problems that I've had with this specific toy. So, it is Cybertron Optimus Prime. I don't tend to collect the Cybertron figures, but I've been getting a lot of Primes recently, and he was one of the big leader Primes that I had missing from my collection. This figure, the middle bot, is actually one I picked up from a Junkers lot a while ago. It was this one that I picked up had a break on the back where the head pops up. That little tab had broken off, and this Prom is actually in loads better condition than the body that come with him. So basically, I've just swapped them over. But I was really, really disappointed, simply because when I got there, this item was filthy. I knew it was dusty, but when I got it out the cart, I realised it stunk of cigarette smoke, and it was covered in like dog hairs and dirt. So this has had a little bit of a dip in water. I've cleaned all this off, hot soapy water. It's also got emulsion marks on it and black mark, and I did manage to get the marker off, but unfortunately it's gone in some of the panel lines, so I can't actually get that out. It's missing, I was told it was missing one missile, it's missing all its missiles, so I've basically paid 35 quid for a bit of a dud, which is a shame, which I'm really gutted about. The presence of it though is stunning. It has got its matrix, which I know is the bit that goes missing a lot. But the most disappointing thing about this is when I took the battery compartment off, there were some really old cheap batteries in there that have just rotted the inside. So I'm going to have to look, see if I can replace some of the inners and sort out these floppy wings. I've got stung. I've got some great bargains I've spotted before. Unfortunately, this guy wasn't one of them. But you know what? In a way, I'm happy I've got him because he was in a state. And I'm going to bring him back to his former glory to the best that I can. So he's a cool toy. If you haven't got him, I recommend him. Just make sure you get one in good condition. And from the same seller, and this guy wasn't too bad actually. I picked up I think it's Downshift, Energon Downshift. I know Thu did a review of this guy not so long ago. Cool toy. Looks very much like Wheeljack. Got that gimmick where his chesty thingy pops out, which is quite cool. So yeah, I really like him. Very simple to transform. Yeah, he was £5, so not too bad. Cheap and cheerful. Did have some damage on the front, but I've touched that up with a bit of black paint. You can't actually see the damage now, so that's quite good. And I think that's everything I've been picking up lately. I haven't, unfortunately, stumbled across any bargains really as such. As you can say, I've been stung a little bit on Cybertron Optimus. I have been looking around Edinburgh where I've been working, and as Borders Dude says, it's pretty shit for Transformers. There's a Hamleys, which has some of the Power the Primes line and also some of the new movie studio series, but they're way overpriced. About, say, £3 to £7 on top of what the normal retail price is for certain figures. There is a Forbidden Planet which don't stock any Transformers at all, which is unfortunate. And other than them being a Sainsbury's and stuff like that, there's an Entertainer, but that's pretty too far out to keep travelling to. So, yeah, not a lot there really. There is one thing that I did treat myself to, and it is non-Transformers related, and I will show it to you now. I've been wanting one of these for a while. I bought myself an iPad Pro, and a pencil, and you can do all these cool like drawings. So there's a Megxos sketch last night, which is, I quite like it, in my own rough style at least. But yeah, so yeah, I've been enjoying doing a little bit of doodling and a little bit of drawing on this pad. It's quite a cool thing. So I recommend these absolutely. But I'll be using it mainly for work and stuff like that. But it's nice to be able to sit there and be creative really from time to time, especially when you're stuck in a hotel room on your own. God knows how long. Anyway, I think that's about it really. Hope you've enjoyed this little video. If there's any other toys in the video that you want me to try and review, I can always take them away with me, and try and do a review as long as they're not too big. Optimus might be an issue, but there you go. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. I've been Zork Rider, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend and have a good week.